Welcome to another session on M4S TV, where I share my thoughts on contemporary issues around Nigerian sports. My name is Toyin Ibitoye. In this episode, I will reflect, of course, on football. Football is the king of sports, and in Nigeria particularly, football is king. We'll talk about the search of the Nigeria Football Federation for national team coaches for our 8th grade teams or our youth teams, both the men and the women. So that's one of the things we'll talk about on the program today. I will also speak about the Nigeria Premier Football League. It enters March Day 28 this weekend. Of course, don't forget you can catch live matches of the Nigeria Premier Football League on M4S TV. You want to find out which game will be live this weekend, then you have to stick around and ensure that you follow all that's going on M4S TV. Download the app and you'll be able to watch live games of the Nigeria Premier Football League. And of course, I will also share my thoughts on the just concluded Niger Delta Games in Benin City, Edo State. So those are the issues that I will talk about very briefly in this episode. So let me start off very quickly with the first one, the football, and talk about the search of the Nigeria Football Federation for coaches for Nigeria's youth teams, the 8th grade teams. By that, I mean our under-17, our under-20, and our under-23 teams. For the women, we don't have under-23. We only have under-23 for the men. So we're talking about 8th grade teams for the men particularly, because the women have their coaches in place because they are right now in the middle of qualifiers for the World Cup competition. So this is essentially about the men. Of course, for those of you who have followed Nigerian football, one of the bedrocks of the successes of Nigerian football over the years has been the quality of our youth teams, particularly the men, and then later on when we started having youth teams for the women. And we used to be very strong, I mean, at that level. That's why you remember, for example, that we've won the Under-17 World Cup a record 5 times. We finished second on a couple of occasions, and the Under-20s, we finished second on a number of occasions as well. We've won bronze as well. So we are very strong at the youth team level, and that has been one of the bedrocks of the successes that we've had as a football nation in Nigeria. And the fact that you see most of these talents that we produce at the 8th grade level, at the under-17, the Golden Eaglets, as we call them, and then the Flying Eagles, have gone on to graduate into the Super Eagles. And we have a whole lot of examples to give, right from the time that we started going for these 8th grade tournaments for the under-20 in 1983, and then for the under-17 in 1985. You know, we've had a lot of these players who graduated from these great teams to the senior national team, right from the time of the likes of Andrew Uwe, Ali Jeje, Samson Siasia, and all of those people. They played for the national team at the highest level. They went on and played for the Super Eagles. For the Golden Eaglets, from the time of Unduka Ugbade to the time of Victor Egbinoba, you know, all of these guys graduated from under-17 and eventually played up to the senior level. And in recent times, we can give the example of Victor Osimhen, Samuel Chukwueze, John Mikel Obi, you know. So that has been the bedrock of our national team success. We've been able to graduate these players from 8th grade to the senior level. So it is important and it is very key for the Nigerian Football Federation to continue to invest in our youth teams and do all that they can to make them successful again at the continental and at the global stage. For a few years now, we've not been so successful. We've managed to, you know, get on the podium on the continent, but at the global stage, we've fallen short. We've not been doing well. So it will be fine. It will be key for the Nigerian Football Federation. It will be important for them to invest in our youth teams so that we can once again begin to enjoy those kind of success that we had in the years past, you know. And for me, what they need to do right now, because right now recruitment is on. They are looking for the coaches for this team. They have to engage competent coaches. That's one. Engage competent coaches and then engage them on time so that they can have enough time to produce a good team and, of course, to adequately prepare our teams for continental and global competition. There's a difference between the senior level and the junior level. The junior level, usually you need a lot of time for these boys to be together. At the under 17 level, under 20 level, you need them to be together for a long time because it is age grade football. So that's what the NFF needs to do, engage competent coaches and then engage them on time so that they will have enough time to produce a good team and to adequately prepare for continental and global competition. And also, the challenge that we want to extend to the Nigerian Football Federation is that when you are looking for these coaches, don't limit your search to within Nigeria. Look for Nigerians outside of Nigeria, those who are abroad. Look for them, scout for them everywhere in the world. There are a lot of Nigerian coaches who are involved in youth football development all across the world. Look for them, you know, and bring them in and let the recruitment process be very thorough, be very transparent, be very clear, very fair, and let us try and get the best. That's very key to, you know, laying the foundation for success for these teams, and then in a way also laying a foundation for the future success of Nigerian football at every level. So that's it for the search of the Nigerian Football Federation for coaches for our 8th grade teams. Let me talk about the other issue now. That is the Nigeria Premier Football League. The Nigeria Premier Football League is, you know, getting better and better year after year. This season, we're now at the business end. As I said the last time, we're getting to the business end of the season. Teams are now a lot more desperate to win points. This weekend, we'll be getting into March day 28. And, you know, you can see on your screen what it looks like, you know, what the log looks like. Rivers United are on top, though they have 3 games, outstanding games to play, but they're already on top. So it's looking like Rivers United can become champions again of the Nigerian League. But then look at the bottom of that table. You see Remo Stars in 19th position. You see Kwara United in 20th position. The news that came around during the week, easily the major news on the domestic scene, has got to be the appointment of Usman Abdallah as the new coach, the new technical advisor of Remo Stars. But the task ahead of Usman Abdallah is, can he turn around the fortunes of Remo Stars? They are 19th on the log. They are 5 points away from safety. And Remo Stars are the defending champion. What an irony. Defending champions in one season, and the next season they are battling against the drop. They are neck deep in relegation dogfight. So can Usman Abdallah rescue Remo Stars? That's the question that will be answered in the next couple of weeks, and we'll see how it unfolds right from March day 28 this weekend. Don't forget, you can catch all the live games. You can catch, a live game, live broadcast of the Nigerian Premier Football League. There's always one game every week that you can catch on M4S TV. And I can tell you that this weekend, it will be the game between Shooting Stars Sports Club of Ibadan and Kano Pillars. Kano Pillars are also not very comfortable on the log. Shooting Stars are maybe mid-table, trying to get up. So that's a game that will be live on M4S TV this weekend. That's the March day 28. And then finally, I want to talk about the Niger Delta Games. And I just want to commend the Niger Delta Development Commission for the successful hosting of the 2nd edition of the Niger Delta Games. It ended during the week in Benin, Edo State. Edo State, by virtue of winning the highest number of gold medals, are the winners of the games. They have displaced Bayelsa State, who were the winners of the 1st edition held last year in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. The positive thing about the Niger Delta Games is the opportunity that it gives young talents to be exposed, to be discovered, to be exposed, to be developed, and to be projected to national and international limelight, because the Niger Delta Games is strictly for athletes under the age of 20. You know, so it's an opportunity for these youngsters to be discovered and to be exposed. another big benefit of the Niger Delta Games is that it provides for sports facilities and infrastructure to be upgraded across the Niger Delta region. So we need more of this across Nigeria, an opportunity to discover talents, an opportunity to upgrade facilities and infrastructure which are very central to talent development and for podium finishes for Nigeria. So those are my thoughts for now. I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you the next time.